One of the best ways of improving phosphate is through availability. That's really through the action of roots and microbiology within the soil. We inherited very low P and K levels. We put nothing on in terms of P and K at all till very recently, and we've seen a very gradual increase in P and K values, and it's really down to deep rooting green manures improving the availability, so bringing up nutrients from deeper down. And if you've got very long deep tap roots like lucerne or red clover, they will bring nutrients up, recycle it, bring it nearer to the surface, and also increase availability. So improving nutrients are very important. It's not about how much nutrient you can get in, it's about how much nutrient you can retain and how much you can make the best use of what's already there, because all soils contain some nutrient, although it may be in low amounts. Improving the microorganism activity is essential. Every species of plant has a different set of soil flora that inhabit it. So the wider the range of crops you grow, the wider the range of soil microorganisms you have. If you only ever grow barley and grass, you have a very restricted, very confined population of bacteria. If you improve the cropping of land in terms of improving lots of different species, that's where within some of our green manures we have maybe 10 different species growing. It improves the microbiology as well. And improving microbiology is a really useful way of improving your fertility because it makes available nutrients. So all these things are linked together. Feeding worms is really important, and the whole basis of our fertility is really based on the action of earthworms bringing all that green material, which I'm mowing off and leaving on the surface, processing that green material, getting it back into the soil, improving organic matter levels, improving nutrient uptake. Worms are essential for good soil. If you don't have a good worm population, you're never going to get good fertility. When they open the soil up, they improve the drainage, they make nutrients available, they reduce weed seeds. I mean, without worms, you're never going to farm effectively. So feeding the worms is really very important. Suppressing weeds. It's funny, if you grow a green manure in the short term, initially you get a horrendous kind of weed burden. I mean, it looks a nightmare. If you sow, in the spring, you'll get a lot of weeds coming up, and it looks really bad until the green manure gets established. You mow it off, and it comes back, and the weeds are gone. And you'll never see annual weeds within a good cover of green manure, particularly a long-term one. So they're very good at suppressing weeds. Helping reduce some pest problems. There's a lot of work being done on biodiversity these days, and we've had quite a lot of research done at Hardwick on some of our green manure mixes where there's been identification of a whole range of different insects which are living there, primarily because it's cover on the ground. A lot of those insects are predators of other pests. I mean, most of them tend to be predators. So it's really about increasing biodiversity. And the more biodiversity you have on the ground, and the better the ground cover, the more insect life you attract. When I first started organic growing, my passion was to get rid of all the insects, because that's what we did in those days. You wanted to annihilate everything. Whereas now, my passion really is to encourage as many insects as possible, and the best way to do that is permanent ground cover of at least part of your area.